it's interesting too when we think about our lives and the different choices we make that impact things, because even you also mentioned on the universal law of being an electrician apprentice too.
Yeah.
So you had these are all with fireman, dentist, electrician apprentice, and rapper. They were so different, so many different things. So what was it about you as a young adult or even as a kid that made you gravitate to such different things, do you think?
Because I had I was fortunate to come up in a 2-parent household. You understand, a family that came from the projects to home owning. You understand what I'm saying? That was educated. Both my parents went to college and graduated, and they always taught me a strong work ethic. If you want to get something and we can't get it, then you get out there and get it yourself. You got to work. And you know, I've worked while rapping. I'm working now. I work in a hospital now. So, you know, like that's always been instilled with me. And I've always been under the philosophy that you should have multiple streams of income. You understand? I don't just try to rely on one thing. You know, I sell the wine, I sell merchandise, I work in a hospital, I rap. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that also, and those things contribute to my rhyming because I see different things. You understand? I see the effects of people coming in and out of a hospital. You understand what I'm saying? So I can talk about those things because that's stuff that regular people do.
So what do you do at the hospital?
I transport patients. So I take patients to different floors. I take them from surgery to surgery. You know what I'm saying? I do public relations there. I'm in the front desk sometimes at the hospital. So I float around, man. I'm a people person. So, you know, they got me in a position where I can talk to the people.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
So another track that I really like on The Gods Have Arrived was the Lean On, especially for the beat. So that's probably my favorite beat on the project. What do you think of that beat? And
which one was that one?
The Lean On.
Oh, the lean. Yeah. That was just, I don't know, man. Like something, for some reason, that's what Ag came up with, man. And it was like, you know, I wanted to incorporate some things into it, man. I wanted to play on words, play on the lean, play on the drink lean, you know, like just have fun with it, man. Like I think, man, a lot of the element of rap, man, you know, has been lost with just not having fun, man. I look at a lot of rappers, man, and it don't look like they have too much fun, man. Like the guy Logic, you know, he's retiring the other day and he's crying and this and that. And it's like, but damn, man, like, I don't never want rap to be like that for me, man. Like, you know, and he's like, yo, every time he put out an album, people, you know, might not like it. Man, I'm so battle shielded against stuff like that, man. Like, I've heard like stuff that people said sometimes they've hated my stuff. And, you know, that's never made me waver or anything because I've always done it for me. If I loved it, I do it. You know, sometimes I make songs that, you know, it don't hit, but I liked it. You know what I'm saying? And that's good enough for me, man. I would never want to have to be forced to retire and then do it on such, like, I feel bad for him to have to do it like that, man. Like, it's like, damn, man, like, it seemed like rap sucked the love out of him. Like, he, at the end, it wasn't no love with him and rap, and I feel bad for him because of that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody got into rap by volunteering.
Yeah, exactly, man. And it's like, it's like it was a bad labor of love for him. I'm like, damn, man, like if it's gonna be that way for you, man, you know, maybe you should retire. I'd rather see you retire and, you know, take, like these young boys take too many pills or do something crazy, man. But I hate to see it get to that situation for the man.
Yeah, because I think it's interesting that, and this ties into something you say on Today's Math, one of the other songs I like on The Gods Have Arrived, because the irony of it is in rap, I've noticed, and this is throughout time, the artists that say something, that have something to say, whether you agree or don't like it or whatever, they tend to be the most popular and the ones that last.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of a big hidden secret, but like, you know, even if we look at, regardless of where you're from, because KRS-One is one of them, Scarface is another one, Ice Cube is another one, Outkast is another one.
Definitely.
It doesn't matter your era or your region. Like,
nope.
And
if you got something to say, man, like people will gravitate to you. And it's like, I mean, for instance, like somebody like KRS-One, I've seen KRS-One. Like, all right, for instance, I've seen KRS-One when we was in Europe. Sometimes do a lot of shows in Europe. In Europe, you know, you're going to be catered to a certain crowd. It's a lot of young. I mean, and see, that's the good thing about Europe. The crowds mix sometimes, because a lot what they do in Europe is a lot of time is if they were a fan of you, if I was a KRS-One fan, I might bring my kids to the show with me and let them experience that. And a lot of times in Europe, it's sometimes it's more of a white crowd, and that's cool too, because they know when they get down with the lyrics. But then I remember one time when we came back, and this was recently, you know, KRS-One did a show in Washington, D.C., where it was mostly black people, and I forgot how Chris can flip stuff. Now I forgot that, like shit, like Chris can get down with the best of them, and I knew that, but it took me to see him rock for both crowds to be like, yo, now that's the true identity of an artist that's able to cater to everything, that's able to get on stage and do it. That's what I'm looking for in an artist.
Yeah, and look, he came out in the mid-'80s, really.
Yeah.
Still able to deliver phenomenal stuff, which
definitely still, and it's made his lane, and it's good with it. You know, like that's why I tell a lot of the older rappers, like, make your lane. There's still people that's your age and better that want to hear it. And if you pick up new fans along the way, that's even the gravy. But like, what I don't like is when a lot of the older artists try to do the young boy music. I'll be like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that. That's their thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like a lot of people always ask me, why don't you try to do this? No, man, because that's not me. If I don't feel right doing it, it's not gonna come out right. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, a lot of the young boy stuff is the young boy stuff. It's their era. A lot of the older cats is like, you know, it's no classics being made by the young kids. And I mean, you know, granted, I may feel that way, but you can't tell my daughter and my nephew that the song they listen to, this guy and that guy, is not a classic song. I mean, the volume of these artists that's coming out is overwhelming at times. And, you know, some of the content, I guess, is a little underwhelming. But there are certain artists that's coming out with these young boys that I see do have kind of a staying power.
Well, it's funny you say that, because back when Brand Nubian was first emerging compared to now, there was maybe, just to use round numbers, 100 artists versus today there's 1,000. So it's not.
Yeah.
It's
that's the thing I tell kids though. When I came out, man, it was like, you know, we didn't have a home setup or a home computer to make beats and record myself and do a video to create my own persona in the house. If you said something on the record, or you said you had something or could do something, somebody in the street might run up on you and ask you to do it or show it to you. You know what I'm saying? You have to be, you know, authentic, or like you go somewhere and somebody actually turn off your mic mid-performance, like, yo, turn his mic off and tell you, yo, homeboy, don't ever come here and touch the mic again. Well, you know, go ahead, do what you do, but not here. You don't touch the mic here. It was a lot more pressure, man. We used to go to the studio, and, you know, it was times I went with Puba, even before Brand Nubian, to lay something where it'd be 1,000 people in the studio. And if you couldn't lay it down, then you'd have to get out the booth. I've seen him tell people, look, man, you got one more time for this, and you get out the booth. You can't get it, come on out. Come on out. So, you know, if it's anything that Puba told me, it was always be ready, man. Be ready. And that's what I say.
Like they say, man, stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
And there you go. That right there. Right there.
So on today's Math, the lyric I was trying to begin to was that you want to say something that's real. And, you know, I think that that's important too, because obviously rap from the beginning of record with Rapper's Delight, there was a lot of fantasy even in that song, but the actual, you know, actual facts, reality, different things like that, that's what registers with people and means something in a lot of ways too. It's an escape to reality and from reality.
Yeah.
And you also talk about not making music for the dance floor too. So,
yeah, like a lot of my stuff might not be for the dance floor, and that's cool. You understand? I've made stuff that people dance to, but if you don't dance to it, you know, because, you know, like a lot of my stuff right now, man, is just geared towards teaching, man. For me, this is not a time for me to be dancing. You know, I don't really dance. I'm not like that greatest dancer anyway. But, you know, for those that do make those songs. I just say, man, when you're doing a record, man, it should be well-rounded, man. You should have, there's always songs that teach you how to party and have a good time, but it should be something that teach you how to do something too. See, like my thing with a lot of these artist songs now is, you know, they teach you, a lot of their songs, they teach you how to dance, and they'll teach you how to, you know, do some stupid shit, how to be high all the time and this and that, but they don't teach you how to live. They're not telling you, well, look, man, like, if you got to go pay this rent, how you gonna do that? You know, it's, where I work at, man, these kids, man, are so like, they just so overwhelmed that they don't know this rap thing. Like, my power's getting ready to go low, but I'm gonna get this out. Like, it's a kid at my job, like, he believes this rap thing. Like, he's like, yo, you don't got a Lamborghini, or like, yo, you never shot nobody, or yo, why you don't be in the videos with money and with jewelry? And I have to break it down to him. I'd be like, look, man, a lot of times in the videos, the money's fake, the jewelry is rented. I'd be like, listen, if you got a car and it's not in your name, it's not yours. If you have a house and it's not in your name, it's not yours. And I told him, I said, believe me. I said, this rap thing, there's about 30 people that's in the rap bubble. That I mean, like, you got Jay-Z in the rap bubble. Maybe Kanye is in the rap. He's in the rap bubble. You know, Eminem, like artists like that. The Migos, they're in the rap bubble. Drake. But then you got thousands more that's on the outside trying to get in. You understand? And it's like, yo, man, I try to tell him, man, this period right now, I said, a lot of your favorite rappers that you think is doing good is at home counting the piggy bank right now. I said, trust and believe. I said, them bills starting to pile up. I said, trust and believe. You don't see it because you're not going to see it. But I'd be like, believe me, you know people that go through struggles. A lot of these people that you think ain't going through struggles are struggling right now.
Yeah. And one other thing real quick before you go, with the Praise the Lords, because we start talking about other stuff, I thought it was real interesting about you talking about your religious evolution with the, you know, your Easter suit and then learning different things and being exposed to different things. So
yeah.
For those that haven't heard it, or even for those to get a better explanation, like, how would you say and why did your religious views evolve and change often and dramatically?
Well, it changed. Hold on. It changed for me, man, is because, you know, a lot of the religion that I grew up on, family religion, I respected and everything, but, you know, I couldn't grasp it a lot of times. Like, it was always, I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Whereas the 5% Nation taught me a lot of times, listen, man, if you want your Christmas, go make it. If you want your heaven, why can't I have my heaven on earth? Why do I gotta die to go to heaven? And ain't nobody told me, and nobody came back, and nobody's come back and told me what heaven was like. You understand? Like, unless somebody was gonna come back down here to the earth and be like, yo, heaven is like this. Yo, kill yourself now and come on up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've always, you know, wanted mine now. And that's what the gods taught me, like, yo, man, you can. And they also told me you can do anything. You know what I'm saying? I felt a lot of time in the church, it was limited. I mean, why did the preacher always have to have, especially in a lot of the black church, why does the preacher need a plane? Or why does he have to have the biggest house? Or how about him have a modest house and split it up and maybe build 5 houses for 5 other people? Why does he have to have the biggest house and the most money? Why are you giving up your salary, part of your salary, to the church? And what are they doing with it? You know what I'm saying? What can they show me is done? And, you know, that's where a lot of my changing came. You know, I respect it, though. You know, my family, a lot of my family is involved with the church, and I respect it, but it just wasn't for me.
Well, there it is. Well, man, we appreciate it, Sadat X. Thanks for coming through to Unique Access. I know you got stuff to do, but hopefully we'll get to chop it up with you again soon, man. Really appreciate you.
Peace, brother. There it is.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
It will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV back with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The history of gangster rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The history of gangster rap in stores now.